but people could hear you without sitting down. Maybe.
I don't think I'm having any trouble with projection.
Oh, it's Eric. Hey, Eric. Hey.
It's Eric. What's up, Dolly? That's pretty much.
So, yes, hello.
Everyone.
Oh, I see. I see. Can you just crop it in 16 by 9?
Yeah.
For that scene?
Almost already made. We're in the. I feel confident that the election went one way, but we'll see what actually happens.
Yeah, what's the news? I haven't seen the news in the past 3 hours.
I was just listening to the New York Times podcast. They were talking about basically Trump made a White House press briefing last night where he was the election rigged.
Welcome.
Hiya.
Hey, Eric, what's up?
Hey,
Welcome back.
thanks. Yeah.
How do you like this spot?
This is gorgeous. This is a really pretty spot to set up.
We like it too, and we're not getting kicked out. That's another plus.
Oh, let's see.
And we're not getting kicked out. That's another plus.
It's always nice not to get kicked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who's listening in right now? Are we live on Discord, on Twitch?
We are live on my Periscope / Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch, and Dolly's YouTube.
Okay.
All of the places.
All the places we got.
And
Yeah.
FK's computer is about to explode, but we'll see how it goes.
Great. Good. Yeah.
I bet if we asked nice, we could go on the Street Epistemology YouTube channel as well, if that was helpful.
We could do that.
Don't need to.
But Anthony is already he already left the left coast.
Yeah. Anthony's already back at home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He
I have
was only out
access
here for
to
a week.
Mm-hmm.
He was only out here for a week or 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, not on Anthony's channel, but the generic Street Epistemology channel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's Facebook and it's Twitter.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
sort of like SEI's channel.
Yeah. Maybe we should get a restream.io so we don't have to blow up FK's computer subscription or something.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stick here until the sun goes down. When does the sun go down?
Probably like 4:55 today. We're getting close to the what do you call it? Winter solstice.
Yeah. So we'll go until 4:45 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Our cars are right there. It's not that hard to pack up.
Yeah, I'm half a block away too.
You're half a block away.
Or like I could probably see my car if I stood in the right position from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parking's not that bad at this point.
Well, I mean, relative to what LA's like in some places, this is a particularly bad part of LA to park.
Luxury parking.
Yeah. But like finding parking within a block of here is like, hey, went pretty well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've actually walked in Echo Park. I don't know if it's ever or whether it's just been a really long time. And I'm an LA native.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've never done the swan boats or anything?
Never done the swan boats. No.
Is that a new thing?
I don't know. I think there were always little paddle boats on here as long as I've been alive, but I don't know about the swan-shaped ones, which are really goofy.
Yeah. This is new. All the tints and stuff since last year that I've been here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I couldn't tell whether there was some sort of street fair down there or whether it's just a lot of homelessness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of homeless people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I want to give them props. They have kept the place usually clean. They're being really good neighbors.
Okay. Yeah. Have you guys had anyone sit down yet?
No, we just started maybe 20 minutes ago.
Okay. So you just finished getting set up.
Yeah.
Dang, bummer to get kicked out of Venice earlier.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yeah. Free speech.
Free speech.
Literally at no cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Venice, it costs for a film permit, I guess.
Okay.
Free speech there.
Yeah.
If you got to be in a video court.
Yeah, you should have told them, I'd hate to make this a First Amendment issue, officer.
What if we say we're the press or something,
Yeah, yeah.
or journalists?
Uh-huh. I'm actually, I don't know much about how that would work, but
Either.
hmm.
Shade seems to be working well. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know where journalism. I don't know.
I didn't understand. What's the conversation happening right now, Reed?
I think FK asked. We are asking about people's beliefs,
Uh-huh.
and if journalism includes that, or does that start to make a distinction between like current events beliefs or like just any belief or
Well, I imagine even a documentary crew would need a film permit, and LA is probably a place that deals with lots of film permits and is just used to collecting the fees. So I don't know. Without like are there specific special press passes that you can get in LA? I don't know anything about that.
I don't know either.
Yeah. So who knows? This is just bureaucracy. Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn asks, when will we get Swan Boat SE?
Swanboat SC, yeah, it's you'll have to set up all the cameras and mics on the Swanboat. Video quality will probably go down.
I have like a handheld mic I can hook up here. Everything can just clamp a phone another angle
Yeah,
and just report from the Swan Boat in the meantime.
Yep.
I'll have to do that at some point.
yeah. The wireless Swanboat setup. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good epistemological conversation we could have while waiting for people to come sit down.
Yeah.
You grew up in Los Angeles, right?
Now,
Where'd you grow up?
Southwest Virginia,
Oh, okay.
Tennessee border.
And you came to LA to work in film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. And did you have a religious upbringing?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It was, Southern Baptist. Maybe for the first 10 years of my life, we would go fairly often to church, maybe once or twice a month, always Easter and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But then later on, it started to peter out, maybe just Christmas and Easter.
Okay.
Went to high school, boarding school, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And no longer went to church there. Took an Eastern religions course and just learned about vastly different belief systems.
Yeah.
Which made me question things about my own views. And
Okay.
then in college,
So learning some alternative stories and hypotheses and belief systems wildly different from our own made you look at your own belief system differently.
Yeah. Even I did like a video project on Hinduism.
Mm-hmm.
I drove to Atlanta to like just do a video documentary on like one temple, I guess.
Okay.
And that was interesting. Like seeing other people basically going to worship these things that I obviously didn't think were true.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then in college at UCF in Orlando, I had this was around 2005 to 2007, so like the new atheism books had just come out, and I had like a really publicly, atheist roommate.
Yeah.
Like we never talked about religion, but he was like obviously into the new atheism stuff that was going on.
Maybe my next time around.
And he was like my best friend through college, and that just made me realize being an atheist doesn't make you a bad person necessarily.
I had an experience because it sounds like we both graduated in high school in 2004, or were you 2005 graduate?
I graduated high school in 2005.
Okay, I was class of 2004, so I was, I guess, 1 year older than you.
Okay.
And still am.
Yeah.
But so we were both in college when The God Delusion was published. The End of Faith was a little bit before that. I had read The End of Faith in high school and really identified with it, and then eagerly bought The God Delusion when it came out and was like, this one doesn't excite me as much. But I engaged in a book trade with friends who were in a fraternity with me. I said, well, I'll read whatever you consider to be the most convincing book about your faith if you read one that I found very persuasive. And I think I gave them The God Delusion because I was like, well, this just came out and I want to know what they think of it. And I ended up reading this book. I was like taking notes of this book that was written by one of the, I don't know, it was a famous American pastor that they found very persuasive. And I highlighted and took notes. And then I came back to them. I said, okay, I'm ready to have the conversation about it. Did you read my book? They hadn't opened it at all and said, well, I didn't intend to open it. Like, I'm just not interested. And I said, well, wait, we had this whole trade where I was going to read this and I've got notes and stuff. I said, yeah, I was sure you'd find it as convincing as I did. And I said, well, no, I found it. I have all these problems that I wanted to talk to you about. And they were like, no, not interested. And I would let you know about that. Yeah. There were, I think I was a little more of like, this was at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. And at the time, I think I was a little bit of I felt burned as an atheist by things like that. And things like, I remember sitting in the cafeteria one day and there was clearly this woman meeting with another student, a female student who was meeting with sort of a spiritual mentor from the church. And she was saying, well, I'm learning all this stuff in classes, and really some of it seems to make a lot more sense than some of the stuff that I learned in church. And I end up questioning some of the stuff I learned in church because there are contradictions. And the woman who was her spiritual mentor was coming back and saying, it's very important that you learn to dismiss those questions and that you realize that it would be unacceptable to reject the faith, and that you really need to realize how much more important faith is than things kind of making sense to you. I mean, it's really sad that you would lose your faith over something seeming to just not make sense, feel right. Yeah. And I remember listening to this and just having like my neck tighten up and just getting outraged. It was, I guess I was in a very different position at that time than you, because I'd had sort of I'm an atheist now. I'm defining myself by this term a little earlier, and like the new atheism movement was sort of like, that evangelical atheism I identified with at the time.
Yeah, I didn't really identify until 2011 or so, I guess.
Yeah.
And then got really into the petering out of the new atheism movement. At that point, it was not as big as it was, but there were some things going on for a few years.
Yeah.
And when I moved out here, I joined Atheists United. It was a local group.
I just saw they've blocked a portion of either the 405 or the 10 right by my house.
Right, yeah, you see those signs.
Yep.
I got involved with them for a while. Then I discovered Anthony's videos through. They photoshopped me on some random person on a swan boat.
Nice.
Photoshop my head.
Perfect.
That's hilarious. That'd be great to be able to share on stream at some point. I don't know how.
Am I on the GoPro here?
No.
Nope. Okay, so I'm not really on video.
You're on that video.
On this one. Oh, the iPad. Okay.
Android.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, is that what it is?
Hello. It's on the Discord.
Live show text. There, we got you.
That's hilarious.
Can we get it? Can you see the stream? Am I getting it at all on that now?
Yeah, a little. No, it's like there's shadows.
Not working.
Maybe FK can share
Fair enough.
on another scene. Hello.
I also want you to tell me if you see someone coming up for an interview and you think I might be. I want you to be able to get other interviews than just me out here.
Yeah, if someone like lingers here, we'll ask them.
Yeah, perfect.
Like before all this live streaming stuff, I would just be out here for 4 hours, 5 hours, just be on my iPad on social media. And like if someone came up to me, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like I still don't feel comfortable like doing, anything to get people's attention.
Yep.
It's like I'm here. It's obvious I'm wanting to do interviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe, now that we're live streaming, it would be ideal to have a constant stream of people.
Yeah. So sometime between 2005, when you really got introduced to some of the new atheist writing in an atheist, 2005 was sort of just you got introduced to an atheist roommate.
Yeah.
And then 6 years later, you were finally like, okay, I'm interested in pursuing, like, I'm going to go meet Dickens and Harris, and you end up meeting them.
Yeah. I guess what spurred that was after college, I was still in Orlando for like 1.5 year. And I was like by myself in an apartment on social media like all day pretty much. And then I found this website called Reddit.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And at that point, the art atheism subreddit was the default subreddit.
Yeah,
So
it was huge about 8-9 years ago. It was one of the defaults.
And I would just see posts from there periodically. And started just being interested in following some of those links and some of those arguments and videos.
Yep.
I looked at the atheist experience on YouTube. And I just watched a bunch of those.
Mm-hmm.
Found some podcasts.
Yep.
And was just nominally interested in that for a while.
Yeah.
And then, a few months later, it was like, oh wow, we're just on a very fragile rock flying through space. Like, holy crap, we're gonna die, and that's it. That's kind of freaky.
It's freaky if you're not used to it.
Yeah. Now I'm used to it.
Yeah. I would find the whole, for me, it's freaky to think about eternal life. Like, that's like sort of horrifying to me. I'm like, I don't want to die and potentially live forever, either in ultimate suffering or ultimate bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then again, the descriptions of heaven have never quite sounded like ultimate bliss to me. So that's also a big question. If I end up in heaven, is it actually that great?
Yeah. If you start asking questions about, what age are you? Like, what can you feel? Can you remember things?
Sure. Yeah.
What do you look like?
Yeah. How great is harp music when you've heard the song for the 11 billionth time?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's very little like novelty in heaven, I imagine.
Yeah.
Whereas in hell, they have to have a lot of novelty because they have to figure out new ways to make it worse. Plus, you get to hang out with all the most interesting figures from history.
Would anyone like to do an interview? Hello.
Are you coming out of that speaker over there?
Yeah, like a second later.
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
I tell you, you're gonna get your wait times down. You get better signage. Here's your problem, man.
Better signage.
Yeah.
What do we need to change?
Well, you got one little sign there that people only see as they directly pass it, rather than a larger one that they see as they're approaching.
Yeah.
So I think you get two sort of sidewalk advertising signs.
Yeah, we need one of those,
Yep.
triangle things like there, so people walking can see.
Yep.
I'll make a note of that. What are those things called?
I don't know. Someone will know. I mean,
Triangle sidewalk signs.
Triangle sidewalk signs, advertising businesses. Yeah. Even if you I bet you could get them on Amazon just as chalkboards and then chalk them. But you have no problem getting stuff printed for something like that. It doesn't seem with all the stuff you've got printed out here.
Yeah, I got little printed stickers or a label for that sign.
Yeah.
I'll usually just write it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Another item to the cart, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I see yoga in your future.
Very, very astute.
He's the predictor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is. Some people would say there's no such thing as a free lunch, but then again, this isn't lunch.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you want one, I'll get it. Yeah, that's good.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, triangle sign, that would help.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Is this sign okay?
I think I told you last time. I thought the last thing my eye noticed was
Friendly interviews.
Friendly interviews. Yeah, the first thing I noticed was the logo, and the friendly interviews just has sort of either not big enough or sort of low contrast, being both black and white against the rainbow background. They're like, yeah.
I'm gonna redesign my sign too.
Yeah. I guess you'd want to call it like brief interviews.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
I think it says friendly interviews.
Friendly interviews, yeah. It's really hard to communicate what this is. I mean, because it is a brief interview. It is supposed to be friendly, like it's as in like not entirely adversarial.
Yeah. I've tried 5-minute interviews, short interviews.
Yeah.
But that's not really true.
Yeah, and it so quickly sounds like religious evangelism. Yeah.
With the friendly interviews?
Well,
like too hard.
With like
too
anything interview. Interview sounds like, even if it's like interview about your beliefs.
Yeah, especially what you believe and why.
Yeah. I mean, that could be straight off a Jehovah's Witness sign
or
that they have with them. Yeah. Have you seen the Jehovah's Witness? They've got the stands that they set up. Pre-literature is like, what do you know about the Bible? What do you know about God? Yeah. Is God really real? And they want to have those conversations. They sort of sit by the signs in a friendly way. Yeah. Who was there first? Street Epistemology or the Jehovah's Witnesses?
They were there, I think. Yeah.
They were there first. I mean, but they used to be door to door, and now they're just friendly, waiting by the signs. It's a huge change in approach.
Interesting.
Oh, I mean, you got to have something about gender on there if you're in Echo Park.
Really? Why?
I think Echo Park is a gender bendy hotspot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a very hipster LA neighborhood. I've got a few friends I've had in Echo Park who were quite gender. They were non-gender typical.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone have a gender identity?
Does everyone have a gender identity? Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, they might be willing to discuss that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that's the claim they would defend. I guess maybe the claim would be, because you had up to, are there only two genders?
So which one do you want to press down to make room?
Ooh, does the U.S. have a voter fraud problem? It's a great one. I don't know. I'd take down the aliens one. This is a good question that I struggle with. I don't really know the answer to that. The question that I'm talking about, I don't know the answer to, is the current level of lockdown worth it? Yeah. Should the U.S. have universal health care is also a really good question that I don't feel like I know the answer to right now either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gender. Are there more than two genders?
Are there more than two genders is a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would feel so much better about calling it more than two genders if I knew what the name of the third one was.
Yeah. I mean, the common name for the third one, yeah, is like sort of the bucket of non-binary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deny their identity, but I want a word that is not non. It doesn't start with non,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if I'm identifying as an atheist, I'm saying I'm not a theist. So,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of an annoying word because, I don't want to have that word.
It's almost like agender would be a word.
Yeah.
And I would like that better than non-binary.
Yeah.
But I'm just being picky about a word.
Yeah. Again, some of these things are, I've been thinking a bit more because part of what I've thought about epistemology is some of the things that have changed my views have not been, they've rarely been a refinement in my epistemological technique or my meta views about epistemology, which sometimes will change what beliefs I come to in a way, or really how I feel about the credence in my beliefs. The bigger thing that's changed my beliefs have been alternative hypotheses. And can I come, like, because you really, like, intelligent design is just such a good explanation until you get this great that we call solution.
Yeah.
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 But like, just having that other explanation and generating explanations is difficult.
Yeah, it's like science is part creativity and the hypotheses generation, and then like just autistic trying to follow evidence and create tests that would definitely disconfirm certain hypotheses that are creatively come up with.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like this is something I've thought about. Like, we almost want people with different epistemic personalities. Like, I think of the field of psychotherapy, where the people testing hypotheses are not really generating many new hypotheses, and the people who are generating new hypotheses aren't testing jack. Like,
what are the relevant theories that psychotherapy uses for like human psychology? I guess it's like what are the main theories of human psychology?
Yeah, some of the main. I mean, there are these theories that are almost contradictory because they're sort of psychodynamic theories of human psychology that describe humans as this sort of mess of conscious experience that is sort of just what bubbles on the surface of this deep layer of unconscious experience. And then there are descriptions of the human mind that are more cognitive behavioral, that are almost like, hey, well, you're going to feel different if you do something different. So if you need to change your beliefs a little bit to change your behaviors, do that. But really, it's going to be like, how do you behave? And that's going to affect your feelings. Like, your feelings are not going to be anything more than what arises out of what you're doing and the story you're telling yourself about it. So it's sort of, CBT is like, it's very much all on the surface. But there are some, I've gotten much more into meta theories rather than those because, people just test those against each other all day and don't find differences. And that's been known since the 1920s or so. So it seems like there may be other explanations that are better at figuring out what to do in a way. this is a complicated discussion where it's more like I realize how much ground I have to cover to explain what the hell I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Dirk says we call them a frame sign.
Frame sign. Oh, a frame sign in when you have them outside a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're on a person a sandwich board.
Yeah, sandwich board is what I've heard them called. Sandwich boards are the ones, even if they're on the sidewalk. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there are people circling the park without masks.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Venice. Venice is always a super spreader event. There doesn't need to be a pandemic for Venice to be a super spreader. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on the grass over there just hanging out.
Yep.
Some over there. Figured we'd be a little closer to the Swan Boat rental sign.
Mm-hmm.
Geo line. Hello, do you have time for an interview?
Hmm.
Quinn asks, this is out of the blue, but is morality subjective / objective / relative? That's a good question.
Yeah. What is your position on morality? Can you tell me anything about that?
I don't really know at this point. I like the moral landscape,
Yeah.
and I like the meta ethical, epistemological ideas from Time the Inquisitors from the last chapter of that Time the Inquisitors, where knowledge is just an emergent phenomenon of public criticism, and moral claims are just like any other scientific claim, because liberal science, the epistemological framework from that book, is primary element is the social nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like moral claims are part of public criticism, and as long as claims are publicly criticized, we can whittle away error, and whatever is left over is our knowledge at any given time.
Yeah. But what would it mean then? Because is a moral claim true in the same way that if I say, like, there are 3 ducks on the ledge, like you can sort of that has a different, seems to be true in a different way, as then you can verify it in a quite different way if I tell you people ought to be nice to each other. Yeah, is so. But do you think that those 2 claims are true in the same way where we use truth, or not really?
If you frame the ought questions as like, as Sam Harris says, empirical claims about the well-being of conscious creatures,
Yeah.
if that is the goal,
Mm-hmm.
then whatever claim you make about ought is like, really, will whatever phenomenon increase or decrease the well-being of whatever creatures are in that situation?
Mm-hmm.
That's empirically there, at least testable,
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically. Even if we can't do it, it's, in principle, testable.
Yeah.
So, but in practical day-to-day, it's just situation happens, and then just people argue about it, and we just kind of eventually get to a position where we start where we kind of persuade each other, and that's just the thing, based on the context of the situation.
So that would put you pretty firmly in a camp with the moral realists. You think there are real, true, and false answers to questions of morality?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
But also with like free will, it's like not even, if we don't have free will, it's all just moral luck anyway.
Yeah.
But we don't know the future. We don't know what the consequences of our actions will be, even though, from a universe perspective, whatever happens is happening. So we just gotta use our reason and knowledge to try to help increase the well-being of conscious creatures. I guess it's a good starting point. But then John Hicks' moral foundations theory comes in. It's like well-being, is that just harm? What about the other moral foundations? Do we just discard some, not care about some? Does it depend on the situation? Some people will just have a purity reaction. Like, that's just wrong. And they can't be persuaded because of their moral intuition.
Yeah. Oh, you're wearing the new Discourses shirt, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, now it's Counterweight.
What do you mean?
They renamed the whole project.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
When did that happen?
Like 2 days ago.
Counterweight?
Go to their Discord server. It now has the CW logo.
I was never part of it.
Oh, you weren't on their Discord server. Okay.
They have a Discord?
They had a secret Discord.
Can you invite me for that?
No. Secret. Okay. Sorry. No, it was
I'm on their Patreon.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? What the fuck?
I've been giving these bastards money. Where's my invite to your Discord?
I mean, it's still this.
Yeah, no. So I think new discourses will still be new discourses, but I think maybe Helen's starting a project that they're calling Counterweight.
Yeah,
where they're trying to support people who are
having problems
with certain rather extreme lessons on diversity, equity, inclusion.
Oh, that Discord. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay.
That's a separate thing.
Yeah. I offered some of my help there, as I've had some interesting experiences in that realm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe off live stream we can talk about that.
Sure. Yeah.
It'll be fun. Well, I think the walking traffic is a little better than Tuesday.
You definitely had a lot of people walk by. The whole thing has been getting people to come over.
So hard.
Well, you're in the weight strategy. Yeah. And Dolly's in the giveaway free water strategy.
Yeah.
Working on that. I developed good development of goodwill. Several people come by again. We're getting the rapport up here.
Building rapport.
Yeah. Walk around.
Yeah. Ollie's grinding his charisma stat. He's trying to grind and level up his charisma.
The juggling is already way up there.
Dex is high. High Dex. Yeah.
Cloud cover now.
Yeah, it's the first chilly day we've had in a while in LA, and this weekend we're supposed to have rain, according at least to my Apple weather app.
Yeah,
it's surprising.
It's supposed to be like down in 30s at night or something.
Really? No way.
I think I saw that.
Nah, it couldn't be in the 30s. That would be like snow in the middle of the night.
49 on Sunday.
All right.
Oh, it's supposed to rain 5 a.m. Okay, not at 5 p.m.
Is that tonight or tomorrow?
tonight.
Tonight. Okay. Yeah. I have a carbine class this weekend, so it might rain for my carbine class.
Carbine?
Yeah, carbine is a semi-automatic rifle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. 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 We're not quite a religion. Not exactly that, but we may sound like it at some time. For you guys, I don't know if I get to use the we yet. Yeah, the royal we. I couldn't hear you. An interlocutor, yeah. Yeah, if I get good at advertising, yeah. Dolly's showing off his busking skills. If he's not gonna make any friends, he's gonna make some money.